Ride the Tide Sports Podcast is brought to you by Vegas Sports Advantage.
Welcome to VegasSportsAdvantage.com, the website where you can win with us. It doesn't matter if your favorite team is playing.
It doesn't matter what you think.
What matters is which team has the best odds to win. Our MIT team has had a winning record every year for the past 15 years. This gives us the confidence to guarantee all of our packages. We have the highest verified record. Don't miss out. Get in the game. It doesn't matter which sport it is.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Win with Vegas Sports Advantage. Go to VegasSportsAdvantage.com to start winning today.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new Ride the Tide Sports podcast segment that we would like to call Ride the Tide Sports NFL Sunday Recap. We will be doing this every Monday. It may or may not be just me and Dylan, but that doesn't matter because we got it covered. Ride the Tide Sports NFL Sunday Recap brought to you by Vegas Sports Advantage. Without further ado, let's get into the Sunday recap.
First off, what a Sunday it was. Football's back, so the excitement's there, but a lot of upsets, a lot of big games, and also a lot of good football. And I think that I can say that this was a hell of a week one. It was a great way to start.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's just roll right through them because this isn't a long segment because we like to finish it up right. We're gonna finish it up right before Monday Night Football. So let's just dive right into it. 49ers came into Detroit and they defeated the Lions 41-33. The game was not this close the whole game, but you kind of like what you can see from the Lions if you're a Detroit fan because of the fact that we could have gotten blown out and we decided not to because it'd be more entertaining not to get blown out. So thank you, Detroit, for not getting blown out. However, I was unimpressed on almost all sides of the ball. And it was what I expected. Yeah. I think the wide receiver core still needs time to prove themselves. I like what I saw from Jamal Williams. I still think DeAndre Swift can't catch. And Jeff Okudah, thank God he's out for the year, or he would have not had a job by week 3. He would have been a free agent. This guy is something.
The reason why he was getting ripped on the sidelines. Let's say that.
Yeah, now he's like, but coach. It was my injury.
And if you watch the coach, because I already slowed that video down to read some lips. The coach, when he was like getting mad and yelling, he was saying simply, "Don't stop running. You can't stop." So there are times where the whole way through he's stopping, and as a cornerback, that is a hell.
As a cornerback, bro, because the wide receivers, even if they stop, it's a gone the other way.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what keeps happening to this man. He keeps getting dusted.
Very, very short amount of football I played. I was corner, and I was taught that the second that you have flat feet, you're fucking beat.
It's dust. You're literally in the dust.
And I think that's exactly what's happening. The second Okudah has flat feet, he's getting beat.
Exactly.
And I do want to say one thing real quick because I don't want to go all Lions. On the 49ers side of the ball, they did what they were expected to do. They dropped 40 points on Detroit.
Even without Mostert, who only played the first half of the first quarter.
Right. Yeah. So Mitchell, I was gonna bring him up. Mitchell, he fantasy sleepers, everyone, just so you know, maybe, because he
Sleeper
looked
pick
pretty
of the
good.
week.
He looked pretty fast. And also another two people that I'd like to point out are George Kittle. I know he had a very good game.
Yeah.
Every time he caught the ball, George Kittle
Didn't get it as much as George Kittle fans would like George Kittle to get the
Right.
ball, but
did his
that
thing.
should have been expected. You probably shouldn't have started George
Yeah.
Kittle as your number one tight end in a week against the Lions where they're going to run the ball.
I mean, yeah. But also, another man I like to point out is Deebo Samuel. Ladies and gentlemen, he might be a player this year. He might be a big sleeper. And he started off with an 80-yard touchdown that injured Jeff Okudah on the play. He fucked Okudah so bad on his route. He tore Okudah's Achilles. So this man
Ruptured
his Achilles. He's fine, bro. His pride is ruptured. Okay.
But we have a lot of other games and not a lot of time.
Sorry. We started with the trade.
Stop doing that.
That's the problem. We started with the
Steelers defeat the Bills 23-16. This one shocked me.
Shocked the fuck out of me.
I had full expectation that Josh Allen was going to put in another bid for MVP this year. And after week one, I don't think that's what I saw week one. I'm not saying that's it for the year, but I'm just saying I had higher expectations for Allen playing against Pittsburgh's defense that is good, but wasn't great to end last season as they, kind of went.
Yeah, but a lot of people got to remember Pittsburgh defense got them 11-0 to start the season. Their defense was absolutely shredded, and then I believe they had some injuries on their corner. Their star corner got hurt, and then I know their middle linebacker got hurt. So everyone's healthy, and the big reason why I am most surprised is Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the game against top 10 defenses last year. And this is a top 10 defense that absolutely grinded him up. So, yeah, I think that was most shocking to me. But big dub for the Steelers. Huge dub.
And let's see. I mean, can they do it again? Will they end up going undefeated and choking again? Will they actually do it? I mean, hey, there's 17 games this year. Long way to go. Good start for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Moving on to a game that went the exact opposite way that I could have ever seen. The Texans put up damn near 40 points without Deshaun Watson. Tyrod Taylor, have yourself a day. Took down the number one overall draft pick, even though the team's not good. Took down Trevor Lawrence, and honestly, it's a good start for Tyrod Taylor, a guy that honestly deserves a shot more than a lot of other quarterbacks that come in and they're like, all right, I'm gonna prove myself. But I think he's got a lot to prove, especially on the Texans, because they don't have a great team. So if they're able to win some games that they're not supposed to win, and it's because of him, I mean, there's no telling. There's really no ceiling for this guy because we don't really know what to expect.
Because I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm people that, hey man, Tyrod Taylor, he can do. No, I was surprised as hell that this man did this. I wasn't expecting it at all, and I think that's great. You want surprises from the Texans right now because you're gonna need surprises to win you games this year. I'm being honest. But the one other factor I want to point over on the Jaguars side is I believe this is the first loss in the career, high school, college, and professional, of Trevor Lawrence. So this is his first loss ever is what I'm trying to say. And also his first career game that he has thrown 3 interceptions. He did ball out and throw over 100 yards. I'm giving him his respect. But I just think those are some tidbits that I would just want to point out.
You telling me he never lost one game at Clemson?
That was his first career loss ever. I was shocked.
Did he only play one season at Clemson? They didn't go undefeated and win the national championship 2 years in a row. They didn't win the national championship 2 years in a row. He lost before.
Was he injured? He got injured last year.
Was it the game he didn't play?
Yeah, I do, Ben. Yeah.
Is that when they lost?
Last year.
Okay.
Moving on. Last year, yeah, it was. Yeah.
Moving on. The Chargers defeat the Washington football team 20-16. I don't think this one's as big of a shock, only because the high power of their offense over there in LA, I think they can definitely put up points. But I think that it's kind of surprising how little Terry McLaurin was used in the beginning of this game. He wasn't really a factor in the beginning, and then once he was, and they started opening up the passing game of that offense, I think it definitely opened up the game more for the Chargers. And I expected more from Washington's defense.
Yes. But you know what it was, Tyler? I'll tell you exactly what happened. What you just described was for this reasoning. Fitzmagic, when the whole time he was playing, because he did get injured, there was a knee injury if Fitzmagic and he was out of the game. He wasn't throwing Terry's way. The second Taylor Heineke came into the game, he was looking for Terry because he knew I'm not an elite quarterback.
I'm not great.
I need to rely on Terry more than I can rely on my quarterbacks.
Yeah. Who's my best option to catch the ball?
Exactly. And it's the smartest thing you could do. And I think that is honestly why, like you just said, first half, you weren't seeing nothing, but second half, he was alive.
Yeah. I honestly think if Ryan Fitzpatrick stays in that full game, that it may look a little worse for Washington just because of his decision-making, but that's just his decision.
That catch you saw on ESPN this morning, it doesn't exist.
No.
It doesn't exist.
But in other good news the Seahawks and Russ Daddy himself defeat the Colts 28-16. Did you expect more from the Colts?
Yes.
Or did you expect less from Seattle?
No.
You expected more from the Colts. So the Seahawks were kind of what you expected?
You know what I mean? Here's the thing. Seattle had all these talks about the O-line and this and that. But for some reason, when Seattle was making all these big plays in 28, for some reason in my head, because they've been doing what they've been doing for the past 5-6 years, I was like, yep, that's Seattle. That's what they do. He throws it deep to the pocket and deep to DK, and they put up a lot of points. I've been watching that for 4 or 5 years. Tyler Lockett, and I'm not just saying this bias to fantasy. You can, check the numbers.
Oh, I will check the numbers.
The
numbers are crazy.
Consistent player week in and week out as a wide receiver. He's always doing something every single week for how many years? 4 years? 5 years? It's been ridiculous.
I mean, his whole life.
Right. He's just like Tyreek. He'll run 80 yards down the field. He'll catch it.
Yeah. He'll be like, I'm going. Just if you put it up, there's at least like a 70-30 chance I come down with it. So just put it up.
I think that yes. But let me ask you real quick before we move on. Did you expect more from the Colts? Because I
did. I didn't expect more from the offense. I expected more from the defense. And that's because the Colts defense last year was really good. I know they lost a guy. I believe it was a defensive end.
Justin Houston.
Was it? Yeah. Okay. So that definitely had a big impact, and it showed in the game. But I think that I just expected more from the Colts, not offensively, maybe a defensive touchdown or some more turnovers. But I mean, it is what it is. The Colts will. I think they'll figure out the defensive side, and they'll bounce back to have some better defensive games in the next coming weeks.
I think so.
But moving on to the Panthers defeating the Jets 19-14. This was not the greatest football game to watch on Sunday. I'm sorry if you spent all Sunday watching this game, because there were plenty of other games you should have been watching. I don't think there's any surprises here. I think this is exactly what you would expect to happen when the Jets play the Panthers, because the Panthers aren't great, but the Jets are the Jets. They are not going to win. I mean,
yeah.
Not an impressive first start either, in my opinion, for Mr. Wilson. Can't believe I lost Dylan.
Come on. I'm back. All right. God damn it. But anyways, I
said not an impressive start, in my opinion, for Zach Wilson, first game as a Jet.
Not an impressive start at all for Zach Wilson. And, I mean, I'll start off by just saying I'm not an ESPN reporter. I'll be honest. This shit was boring. It was boring as hell. I'd rather take this fork right here and stick it so far up my neck to where I have to go to the ER than to really watch it again. It really wasn't fun, I'll be honest. Knowing all the other games that I could have watched, if I was just watching that, it really wasn't fun. But the big thing that I will say is Sam Darnold did better than expected, and Zach Wilson, in my opinion, performed as expected, because he wasn't going to ball out, right? He's on the Jets, and the Jets.
But he could have.
He could have, but it was unlikely. And
if he did, it would have been the main topic of conversation.
Right. And I think that Zach Wilson is going to have a game in the next coming weeks where he does have that game. I just think it was in week 1.
Okay. Let's talk about a real good game week 1.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati motherfluffin' Bengals defeated the Vikings in overtime, 27-41, all because of a Dalvin Cook fumble.
What?
Of all the people on that team that you expect to fumble the ball.
Yes, we said a Dalvin Cook fumble.
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's tough. Prayers out to the Minnesota fans because that's just one of those things that's not supposed to happen.
Right.
That's like giving Derrick Henry the ball on the 1-yard line as a Tennessee fan and watching him fumble the ball and their team takes it for a fumble 6.
Like?
And you're like, how did Derrick Henry fumble?
Nah, it's like being at the 2-yard line and you're the Seattle Seahawks and you throw the fucking ball in the Super Bowl.
Well,
Instead of
I don't know, man. That one always just sits up here. That one hits different.
Moving on.
You can't beat being as dumb as Pete Carroll in the
This
Super
shit
Bowl.
makes me so mad.
You can't. So we digress. We move on to the Cardinals Titans 38-13. What happened, Dylan? What happened to your team? I need it from you.
Bro, I had the Titans by 25 and they lost by 25.
How about that?
So here's my thing. There's 2 things that I want to say, and let's just start with the obvious, okay? That fucking Tennessee defense is horrendous. There is not a positive about it.
It didn't look good.
It's god awful. My hair looks like that because I'm losing my mind. This is absolutely ridiculous because the defense is so bad. And then let's go to the offensive side. Oh, let's look at the star player on your offense, Taylor Lewan on the O-line, who's been there forever, who's a pro. He's on fucking Twitter tweeting, I'm sorry, 5 times. 5 sacks for Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks. And I know you had Tannehill on fantasy and you felt that fumble he gave up because he had no time and he didn't see it coming because he was expecting him to be blocked because it's Taylor Lewan. And Lewan goes on Twitter after to say, hey, my bad, I'm going to learn from it. Yeah, I respect it. But I mean, 5 fucking times, bro. And
what are you going to learn from? We didn't learn from it the first 4 times your quarterback was on his ass.
And Derrick
and
Henry,
you were the guy that was supposed to be blocking him. You know what? No. 2 guys that didn't show up Sunday.
Where was the king?
The king and the queen.
King didn't do shit. There was a drive that they were at the 2-yard line, and I watched them on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. Give it to
I saw him
Henry,
get stuffed.
And
I saw that.
Gained 1 yard and could not punch the fucking ball in the end zone.
You would have thought I was playing Madden or something.
Julio didn't do nothing. AJ Brown, he caught a tutty, but I mean that's about it. So for fantasy, I guess But
I'll take my fantasy touchdown, but I mean
overall, Tennessee better figure it out because next week we need to come back and figure it out. Kyler Murray though, and that fucking Cardinals team.
Props.
2 tutties for DK, 2 tutties for
DK's on the Seahawks.
2 tutties for Hopkins, 2 tutties for help me out. Help me out. Please. I can't tell if you help me out because you don't know or you're just going to let me suffer.
No, I'm
Christian
just letting
Kirk?
you suffer.
Kirk? Is it Christian Kirk?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. So
I just like that. I just thought it was funny that you could only remember like the newest Cardinals receiver's name and not the one that's been there.
Right. And before, moving on, what did you take on this Cardinals offense? And the whole team.
Kyler Murray continues to prove the haters wrong that you do not have to be 6'3", 6'4" to be a quarterback.
Correct.
Because it's not even just the running, and I know he's quick, but it's the perfect passes 50, 60 yards down the field. When I'm half the time, I think he doesn't even know if it's going to the exact spot. He just goes, all right, based on the route in my head, he's going to end up right about there. Now, I can't see him, but he's probably right about there, right about now. So,
right.
But, I mean, hey, whatever he does, it works. And the Cardinals' defense is impressive. Their defense and offense, actually. I meant to say offense, but their defense was also impressive.
And your kicker's Matt Prater.
Yeah, you're welcome. Moving on.
Go for the Cardinals.
The Battle of the Birds went the way I didn't expect. However, the Eagles rolled the Falcons 32-6. What the hell?
Yeah, what the actual hell?
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen.
That Falcons defense is booty.
You know, I believe we have a comment from Luke, because it's from us, which means he's definitely on our Twitter watching it. That's weird. Luke, you're weird. But that's also messed up. Anyways, Eagles roll the Falcons 32-6. And I really didn't care about this game at all. Shocker. I don't know. Anyone that follows Ride the Tide.
Philadelphia sports. What a shocker.
Dude, they're annoying as fluff. They all think they're good, too.
Oh, they have
the 76ers, the Eagles, all of them. Flyers, they think that their team is amazing, and then they the bed all year.
My bad.
But anyways, I digress. Falcons, you're wasting a draft pick with a tight end that you don't throw the ball to.
Matt Ryan needs to fucking retire.
Yeah, that too. So figure it out, Falcons, because it's getting ridiculous.
It's getting real bad. But let's talk about, in my opinion, game of the week.
The game of the week? Yeah. Other than Thursday night was part of this week.
Thursday night was,
but
this is game of the week.
For Sunday,
yeah,
I'll give it to it for sure.
Right.
It's a debate, though, for me, between Sunday night or this game and the Thursday night game. But
there's a couple things that I want to start off by saying. First off, this is the largest.
4 minutes till Monday Night Football.
This is the largest comeback in Patrick Mahomes' career, and it was only 10-plus points he was down by.
Because they don't lose.
So he gets the comeback dub. I mean, they scored in a matter of, they were down over 10 points. Patrick Mahomes comes on the field. Throws an 80-some-yard touchdown to fucking Tyreek Hill just down the field.
But we don't need to get into this, though. This happens every day for them. We don't need to talk about this.
They go and make a 2-minute drill. And
they've scored 21 points in 2 minutes before.
And Baker Mayfield, who balled out the entire game, had the one drive, the entire game, that he had a 3-and-out. And that bitch happened in a clutch time moment. And then went back on the field and had another 3-and-out. So the whole time leading up to the clutch moments, Baker was balling. And then last-minute momentum change. Kansas City's going crazy. Cleveland's like, shit. And then what are you going to do? Had to make an appearance. I get it, Luke. I'm going to
have to.
But, Tyler, your thoughts. Oh, shit, we're done with
my thoughts. We don't have time for Dylan to talk about every game in depth like this. The Saints, mollywob Green Bay, 38-3. It is 8:27.
It is 8:27.
They mollywob Green Bay, 38-3. Jameis Winston, damn near not amazing, but like really good because he didn't even have to throw for more than 150 yards.
Jameis Winston MVP.
But the Saints defense, something to talk about because, I mean, they just dismantled the damn near number one offense in the league. Former MVP. Oh, and you check out our tweet from earlier. There was a picture of Aaron Rodgers from after the game. He looks just like Adam Sandler from Uncut Gems, and I think it's hilarious. I digress. The Broncos defeat the Giants 27-13. Saquon Barkley, not a factor, which means that you're not going to win the game. That's what I think about that. Broncos, congratulations. Jerry Jeudy, that sucks. Sorry for you. Hope you get better soon. That's all I got
nothing else.
And in un-Tom Brady-like fashion, the new guy, Mac Jones, couldn't get it done. He had plenty of opportunities in the fourth quarter to get that game-winning drive in, and he falls short, and Tua gets the dub, the battle of the Bama quarterbacks, and the Patriots fall 17.
Is going to be a problem this year, and the Dolphins right now are the sole sitter in first place.
Yeah, and they were a problem last year, but they're going to be a problem again this year. And now we get to the fucking best part of Sunday. The Rams and Matthew Stafford defeat the Chicago Bears 34-14. Matthew Stafford shows the fluff out because that's what he was supposed to do the whole time.
It feels damn good.
It feels really good.
This man Matthew get the praise he deserves and ball out, and the defense got his back. It feels fucking amazing. First drive of the game, Deep ball, 70-yard, tutty. Come on now.
Yeah, to who? Van Jefferson of all people? Not what I expected, but hey.
Everybody.
It doesn't matter. If you can
We
run
love
fast, Matthew Stafford can get you the ball. You're fine. Rams for the Super Bowl. However, the game that's about to happen. The Ravens and the Raiders play tonight. I think this is a Lamar Jackson versus Darren Waller type matchup.
Yes, sir.
Will Darren Waller get 12 catches for 3 touchdowns, or will Lamar Jackson start dancing all over the entire team? That's what I see being the deciding factor in tonight's game. Let me just double check what the spread is on this game.
To me, it was the spread.
I would be shocked if the Ravens weren't a 3-point favorite.
My score prediction is Ravens 21, Raiders 17.
Okay. Kind of a low-scoring game then. It's kind of what you see there. Okay. It did just start. Still 0-0. I'm gonna go with. Let's see, what are the live odds? I guess I missed the odds. We talked too much about other games, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Live money line. Okay, so it was probably 3.5 Ravens because it's still minus 3.5 with no points scored. So
Right.
Ravens are giving 3 points. Over under 47.5. I'm taking the Ravens minus 3.5.
Score prediction?
Baltimore 31. Raiders 21.
Do you see it more high scoring?
Yeah, 31-21. I just feel like Lamar Jackson got a lot of hate last year because he didn't do the same thing that he did the year before. And I don't know, but if that was me, I'm coming out 3 times as good this year to try to prove to you hey, shut your fucking mouth. I'm Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so I see a 31-21 dub. Dylan got the 21-17 dub. I think we're both on the Ravens.
And yes. So thank you for joining us tonight on this exclusive Monday. We will be doing this every Monday. Either be me and Ty, or maybe it'll be me, Ty Luke, me, Ty Wander. Who fucking knows? But
whoever's there.
I'm just going to say this. As we are leaving, once again, go to Vegas Sports Advantage. I don't understand what you're doing. We have literally ran out of reasons to give you to go there right now. Just do it.
Go ahead and lose your own money if you
Just
want.
do it. Go to YouTube.
I can't stop you from making mistakes.
Go to YouTube at Ride the Tide, hit the subscribe button, and like our shit. Go to Twitter at Bet the House, at Ride the Tide 586. And most importantly, thank you for joining us. We will see you Saturday. Peace out.
Ride the Tide Sports Podcast is brought to you by Vegas Sports Advantage.
Welcome to VegasSportsAdvantage.com, the website where you can win with us. It doesn't matter if your favorite team is playing.
It doesn't matter what you think.
What matters is which team has the best odds to win. Our MIT team has had a winning record every year for the past 15 years. This gives us the confidence to guarantee all of our packages. We have the highest verified record. Don't miss out. Get in the game. It doesn't matter which sport it is.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Win with Vegas Sports Advantage. Go to VegasSportsAdvantage.com to start winning today.